Hey there, it's day 30. This is Juju, my daily vlog. And today I'm going to continue to be talking about Kingian nonviolence, just reading a couple of quotes from Healing Resistance by Kazuhaga. And the fifth principle of nonviolence is that avoid internal violence of the spirit as well as external physical violence. So, that's really important. People think of nonviolence as the not being violent, but it goes so much deeper. It's such a deeper philosophy for that. So think about the internal violence, the harm that you cause yourself. So they're talking about someone who all of their life had been told that they'd never be anything but a criminal or a thug. It's a message he heard from external sources, media, bad educators, other who believed the same, but at the same time he internalized them and they became an act of internal violence that he was doing to himself. So this idea that, you cause internal violence to yourself, to your soul, with the negative backtalk that is so common for so many people. Talking about hatred and this idea, you've probably heard this, hating someone is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Hating only causes harm in your own health, in your own heart and soul health. And Martin Luther King famously said, "I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great of a burden to bear." A couple more later in the chapter, he talks about preach from your scars, not from your wounds. And I love that, It says scars are strong and they give us character. They connect us with our pain, but they protect it like a shield. That is what we need to take into battle. And then finally, I spent a lot of time in prison, doing restorative justice work, sitting in circles and families with incarcerated men, talking about harm that has been committed. And Kazuhaga makes the point that, we often say hurt people, which is the truth, and healed people, heal people, which is also true. If you've been around someone who is healed, there is an energy and a vibration from that person that can be very powerful. But he makes the point that hurting people hurts. We cannot cause harm to another human being without harming ourselves in some way. Degrading life does something to degrade our own sense of dignity and humanity. Seeing ourselves as somehow separate from the person you're harming, seeing ourselves as being outside of the web of interdependence, takes away from who we truly are. Enacting violence on another person hurts that person, but it also is an act of internal violence that we're doing to ourselves. And so much of the external violence is rooted within the internal violence that we're doing for ourselves. So I thought all of those concepts are things that I've been thinking about. What harm are people doing right now? Because there's so much harm and divisiveness, and there seems to be a delight in hurting other people or making other people outraged. We're going to get the other side, rather than just trying to come together and find common ground, which I think that we would find, So be kind to yourself and don't, look at the internal violence that you've committed to yourself. What are you hurting inside? What burdens are you carrying? I say set down your burdens and lead with love. So this is Juju, unfiltered, unscripted, and unedited. And I hope that you have a good day and give some thought to the goodness that you're putting into the world.